Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Prison Break. Last time on Prison Break, we had Tweener, where basically the conflict between Michael and Teabag, sorry, it's been 2 weeks and apparently I've forgotten everyone's names. The conflict escalated as, I believe, Seth, the boy, killed himself because he could not deal with Teabag anymore. And then some new fish came in, and Michael basically laid down the law with Teabag. Also, we've got some problems. John is no longer head of PI because he can no longer pay off Bellick. And so there's an entirely new PI team, and it's just all kinds of bad. So, yeah. Meanwhile, was last episode also... Okay, it must have been that LJ met up with Veronica and Nick and is now safe with them, so that's at least good. I think that was it. Once again, for me, it's been about 2 weeks. I know, we took that 1 week break between episodes 8 and episode 9, but I actually, for me, I had already recorded episode 9 before that break, so for me, it's been 2 weeks. For you guys, it hasn't, so yeah. But that was pretty much it. Good episode, and I'm curious to see where we're going in this one. So let's just go ahead and get right into this episode of Prison Break. Here we go. Yeah, they're actually doing work. Just gotta be sure they never find the hole.
I'm gonna say something crazy to you right now.
Surprise, surprise.
No.
I don't give a damn about that Fibonacci anymore.
You're right. That is crazy.
No.
Because I got bigger things to think about, like survival.
Get
See,
out
I'm
to
kinda sure
get
my
out.
friends in here is if I can prove to Falzone that I'm still worth it, that I still got what it takes. Yeah? And the only way I can do that is if I can give him Fibonacci.
Give Fibonacci, get the money, get out.
You see?
Would Michael go
this
for
is
that?
Not a me versus you thing anymore. This is
Yeah,
us
we are
and us,
all in, aren't
all right?
we?
Otto Fibonacci is just like you. An innocent man. Caught in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Interesting.
And somebody that couldn't turn his back on murder. He realized that Abruzzi and Falzone, the men he worked for, were killers. And he had the key to all their dealings. Things that could put them away for life.
What's the right thing to do now, Michael?
I don't know.
Condemn
If I don't
him.
give him up, this whole thing's over.
Yeah. Do you condemn him to save the rest
Telling
of
me
you?
is if I'm to live,
He dies.
A good man has to die.
That's tricky. It's a sacrifice.
Shouldn't have told her we had the kid.
What is it you don't understand? We tell her that kid got away, you and we are not here right now.
I swear to God, it just gets deeper and deeper.
No.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means if I'd have known that this is how this whole thing was going to turn out, I'd have gotten some crap job with the feds. Push pencils.
No.
Drink coffee all day long behind a desk.
This dude's
God,
trying
that
to
sounds
just
good.
make his way in the world.
We find out what he wants, we play nice, we deal with it accordingly.
I'm fucking glad that he has to deal with shit.
Your last meal, write down what you want.
Thanks.
All they're gonna give you is what's on chow for that day.
so
You don't want that for your last meal, do you, man?
No.
You want to pay me to work? Man, I've been in the kitchen for 8 months. I scrub one more tray. I'm gonna go J-Cat, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Fiorello, how about it?
Yeah. 150.
No.
Sign me up then, baby.
Well, he's in. He's starting to figure things out.
Let's set up a meeting with Falzone. I want to talk to him directly.
Ooh.
Falzone doesn't talk to guys like you directly.
If he wants Fibonacci, he's gonna have to.
Michael's got an angle. I'll be curious.
You actually did something right, John. That's good. I guess I have to call up those guys I hired to shank you.
Tuh.
That was a
Thanks.
joke, John.
Funny.
Ha ha ha.
Don't mess this up.
Huh. Well, now I'm scared. The playing cards. Oh, the playing cards is a number, isn't it?
said I might be calling you on Fibonacci.
Yes.
Well, it's time.
You seem distracted.
So he doesn't know.
Got a lot on my mind, I guess.
Ugh. I can't look at that.
It's my birthday.
Today?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Birthdays aren't usually a sore subject, that's all. Unless the celebrant is feeling her age.
Oh, damn, man.
Which I don't see how you could be.
But out of those 29 birthdays, my father has actually managed to see me on precisely 6 of them. So, I get flowers instead. Flowers that end up dead and in the trash a week later. Sounded better, huh?
Kind of.
Nah, he found it. Man, the fact that that's been holding up is crazy.
And like your dad, he was innocent.
What happened? I mean, you know, at the end.
What I hope happens here. He got exonerated.
What'd they say he did?
A lot of bad things. They weren't true. So you fight. You keep fighting. You never give up.
It was weirdly inspirational.
We're gonna beat this thing.
I mean, not weirdly,
Okay.
honestly. It's genuinely. But who knocks with one finger?
Mind if I... Please.
Come on. I don't know why I was really hoping it'd be Wallace Shawn. I hate this guy's tie.
I was here to make sure things are under control as we approach, you know, the big event.
I wasn't aware that things are out of control.
Well, you would be the one that would know, wouldn't you?
Nah. I like this guy.
You gotta hand the reins over to me now, so that I can save your ass.
Nah. Get good.
First of all...
Oh!
No! You and your partner are off the job until further notice. It doesn't come from me. It doesn't come from the White House. It comes from the company. You understand?
The company.
Look, your proximal and middle phalanx are broken. Just heist it for 45 minutes, then splint it. That's what a doctor would tell you to do. So you don't need to go see one.
No. Knows exactly how he injured him. Oh. That was so satisfying. I need to, like, make a frame of that and, like, hang it up somewhere.
But for what? Not only did the company never make a profit, as far as I could tell, they never made anything. Look, no fuel cells, no patents, no findings, nothing.
So Eekfield was a sham. It was a cover.
Question is, for what?
Yeah. Some strange money laundering thing.
So, Fibonacci. How'd you find him?
Did my homework.
You get elliptical with me for 1 more second, and I will cancel you.
No.
You understand me?
It's the beginning of cancel culture.
If the sheriff was available, then he wasn't the one guarding Fibonacci.
Putnam County Sheriff's Office?
Yeah, is Sheriff Pranzo there?
I'm sorry, Sheriff Pranzo's on vacation.
Really? He gets lonely and calls home a lot. I went online, reverse traced the number, and voila.
Wow.
This is about money, isn't it?
You're an astute man, Mr. Falzone.
What?
I plan on being out of here one day. I don't think my new resume is gonna cut it in most places.
How much?
200,000.
Because he doesn't...
You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Because he doesn't have the money from D.B. Cooper.
Where did you get this?
Huh.
So who's it gonna be? Fibonacci or your pretty little girlfriend there?
Damn. He tried to play ball. But they've been playing ball longer.
Canada. 345 Hamilton Avenue. Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Get out of here.
Lost that fight.
This is not the time or the place.
This is the time and the place.
Don't take that tone with me. Remember who you are talking to. I am the vice president of this country.
No, actually, you're Caroline Reynolds from Montgomery, Illinois. I know exactly who you are.
What? Huh? What? But what does that mean? You can't just say words, Kellerman.
They have a bigger agenda than any of us, and they get real nasty real quick if things don't go their way. So now, no one is safe. Not you. Not me.
Who are these guys?
Is Veronica okay?
Well, there has been a fatality.
Oh
no,
my
but the
God.
medical examiners haven't been able to identify the remains with any certainty. So Veronica could be okay. We just can't find her. We were hoping you could help.
Going to him.
Blueberry pancakes, huh? All right, man. You got it. Blueberry pancakes.
Does this house not have beds? Don't respond, they'll find you. Fucking quit dropping bodies, jeez. Great, they've been found.
45.
Oh, because they're showing it, it's probably nothing. I don't know. I don't know. Could be, could not be. What the? Oh, the police are here. Topeka, Kansas. A completely different location.
Nice, John.
Oh, this isn't good.
You threw away your flowers.
Like I said, they don't last.
I don't think they're dead yet.
I don't like getting attached to things if I know they won't last. Thank you for trying to make me smile. Not today.
You never know.
Oh, Michael. It's origami. Oh. Oh, you know who ain't smiling?
He's gonna go away for a long time.
How do you feel about that?
Pretty darn good.
Oh. Okay, then.
It all worked out.
Sure did.
Oh, it was all the plan!
You're a hell of an actor.
Thank you.
Ah.
Well, let's
You
help.
guys.
It's nice. You are gonna give me Fibonacci once we're outside these walls, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
And I think I'll keep this. As insurance.
Ah. Still that little wrinkle there.
Tell you what.
How about every Sunday, we have our own special breakfast? Just you and me. Yeah?
Yeah.
A little bit or a handful?
Handful.
Handful.
Oh. Oh, that's why he wants it. Guess who's in now?
Now we got a hell of a lot to talk about, don't we? Darwin wins inside these walls. Not Einstein. Darwin.
Your time's over, ladies. Let's line it up.
I'm not done with you, Fish.
Ugh.
You never even got started.
Ugh. There's been no teabag in this episode.
We're through the hard part.
Where are we going?
Panama.
Panama.
Panama. Darien Gap south of the canal. No roads, no electricity, no cops.
No.
Nothing but white sand beaches and ice cold beer.
Well, that's nice, but what about our lives?
We'll open a scuba shop.
Hey, I don't dive.
Neither do I.
No.
Plenty of time to learn.
Balls.
Oh, there he is. Oh, Teabag was on lookout.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure you can't use the extra hand?
You know anything about construction?
No.
Concrete is my specialty. Can you dig it?
Okay, boss. Sign him up.
You got it.
We got another. How many is that now? That's 6? That's a lot.
Darwin wins after all, eh, Fish?
Now we have 6.
The vice president is reported to have the largest campaign war chest in history. It is so large, in fact,
500 million?
prognosticators are already casting her as the favorite in the presidential race.
Maybe not a small country.
But a campaign.
Maybe this one.
500. How much was it again? He's there. That's not good. And that's that. Felt like a bit of a longer episode. Maybe? No, okay, no, it wasn't. Never mind, that was not a longer episode. It kind of felt like it. Like, there were like 8 scenes where I was like, okay, this is gonna end here, and it just kept going. So, alrighty. We have got some interesting things to talk about. Oh, excuse me. So, a lot of things, a lot of interesting things, but, let's see. To kind of group some of these together, let's go ahead and just sort of churn through the Fibonacci stuff first. So, very interesting to have, basically the idea of giving up Fibonacci now as opposed to after. Fibonacci was always the sort of, he was basically the leverage so that Michael could use PI to his advantage because John runs PI. But now it's using Fibonacci to have Falzone pay off Bellic so that they can still run PI. And it's less that it's like, oh, well, after everything that's gone down with Falzone and everything, John doesn't have many friends, so now he's not getting out to get back to Falzone. He's trying to get out just in general. He knows he needs to get out, and the only way to do that now is to give up Fibonacci. So that whole concept was interesting. And it did bring up, this sort of moral dilemma of, Fibonacci, he is a good man, wrong place, wrong time, which is exactly like Lincoln, He saw something that he shouldn't, He saw something that he shouldn't have, and so now do you sacrifice Fibonacci? And that would have been sacrificing Fibonacci and his family. We don't know if John is, obviously, yes, John is, if he gets out and he gets the information, he will go kill Fibonacci. But would he kill the family? Now that's open for debate, At the very least, we know that Falzone would have. So there is that. But that's the thing, is that, even if it was just Fibonacci and not the family, do you sacrifice one man's life for another, Do you sacrifice Fibonacci basically for Lincoln, But then there comes the other dilemma of, well, we're not just busting out Lincoln, we're also busting out John Abruzzi and T-Bag. T-Bag's probably the worst of it. It's like, yes, it's basically trading a good man for not only another good man, but also, some bad in there too, especially with T-Bag, But do you do that? Suddenly, I was very thirsty. Anyway, because you can't even say it's like, well, it's a sacrifice for the greater good. It's really not. There's no ethically justifiable reason to sacrifice Fibonacci in this sort of thing. Even if you are saving, even if Michael is saving his brother, this then brings in, other people like T-Bag, Specifically T-Bag, I guess. John's not great, obviously. John, as we saw, John was mafia and had to and has killed people before, so it's not amazing. It's not an amazing thing. We sort of sometimes question, we do sort of sometimes say like, oh, well, Westmoreland, he's more of a good guy, like Lincoln is sort of a good guy, even though Lincoln, I guess while he's more of a criminal, he just didn't commit the crime that he's going to be executed for. And Sucre, it's like we still don't know why Sucre is in prison, but at the very least, like, he is a good man. He's not a murderer, and he's not, he's not John, he's not T-Bag, is what we can say. But John, so do you sacrifice a good man for let's say, 3 good men but 2 bad men at the same time, you know, like how there's no easy way to justify any of that, you know. So yeah, and I also like showing how Michael found Fibonacci was very interesting. That he, there needed to be a sheriff watching Fibonacci, so he figured out which sheriff was on vacation. That sheriff on vacation would be with Fibonacci. Found that one, then found the sheriff, found where he lived, got the phone bill, figured out exactly where the calls were coming from. Bada bing, bada boom. There's Fibonacci's location. All brilliant. I love anytime Michael can just explain, something like, when he just goes into how he did something, basically. That's all really great. Ow. Sorry, when I kind of move my arm like that, I could feel, just right there. I don't know why. I haven't done anything to that arm recently, so that was weird. Anyway. So yeah, the whole thing with the sheriff and the phone and tracing that back to his exact location, very, very clever. But then, so initially he tries to get, the money, and at first I was like, oh, it's because, Westmoreland isn't DB Cooper, and, he was thinking, oh, well, I'm going to need that money for when we get out of here. But then it really is just part of the plan to sell this whole thing to Falzone. But that was still very interesting, and that sort of conflict, like, oh, Michael's trying to play ball, and then, it seems like he sort of lost that fight because they knew about Veronica. And of course, the reveal later that that's all part of the plan. Because, see, I wrote down, this may be, Michael's first serious loss on route to trying to get out of prison. But all part of the plan. So that was very interesting. And so, yeah, Falzone ended up in Canada, but Fibonacci is not there. He's in Kansas instead. And yeah, that was all part of the plan. Now, the new wrinkle is that John still wants Fibonacci's real location by the time they get out. And you can pretty much know that if he knows where Fibonacci is, he's going to find him and kill him. And that's just going to be that. So that will be another sort of problem, but that'll be later on once we actually get out of here. But something Michael's going to need to think about now. So yeah. Let's see. Let's just sort of go back a little bit in the notes. I wrote down the last meal, which was interesting. Just every so often we get just a little moment of like, something happening with Lincoln's execution. And, we can't really like talk about it forever, but it is interesting that, at first he doesn't want the last meal because he thinks, well, he's thinking, well, I'll be out of here if everything goes right with Michael's plan, but I like that he did eventually write down blueberry pancakes because that's what he used to make with LJ, So even though he's probably still thinking, yes, we are going to get out of here, even though he's probably still thinking that, it is just a nice little touching moment. We have the whole thing with C-Note. C-Note is now in, so that makes six people involved in this escape. Michael, Lincoln, Sucre, John, Teabag, and C-Note is now in. Which, I mean, it's getting pretty big. It's getting a little overcrowded here, but I mean, if they all get out, if he's willing to work together, then that's just that. So I mean, it really did show how clever he is, that he did figure out that, okay, they must be making some kind of a hole or something, and they're going to escape. He found it while he was with the other PI, and then he found it while he was with the other PI team, and now he's on board with them. I love Bellick thinks nothing of this, basically, Bellick thinks nothing of this. So, I mean, all he's thinking is, hey, I got paid, basically. Because he did. He got paid by Falzone just before Falzone was taken down. So that was at least good. And then we also had, I like the mention that Michael and Lincoln are going to go to Panama. And what does he say? Like, there's no electricity, no cars, no police. Like, it's like they're basically just going to the perfect place to hide out. Which makes sense. You know, you got to go somewhere where you can basically just lay low. Which, I mean, another good place to lay low. I mean, it's basically like Nick's dad, who, you know, just got a place in the woods, you know? So yeah, so that was pretty interesting. It makes me curious because, you know, I've always said I feel like season 1 is going to be the breakout. Like, by the end of the season, we'll be out of Fox River. So obviously, there's still 4 other seasons. I'm always curious, like, oh, I wonder what we're going to be doing for, you know, 5 more seasons. Of course, I know seasons 2 through 4. I think those are all still in the original run, and then I think season 5, like, they came back later and just did another season. So maybe, who knows? Maybe next season will be. I mean, I feel like we're gonna have to deal with the vice president and all that sort of stuff. But I would be curious if maybe part of that is going to, or maybe Panama will be the sort of end of the series. Like, all right, they finally made it to there after dealing with Fox River and the vice president and the guys. Very specific, Kellerman, very specific. So yeah, which we can talk about that next. We brought in Quinn to supervise Kellerman and the other dude. Okay, so on the one hand, the way this guy presents himself is kind of weird. Like, he always seems like weirdly frantic about stuff. You know, it's like the way he presents himself is very strange. So there's a part of me that immediately doesn't like him, and obviously he's another bad guy. But on the other hand, he broke Kellerman's finger, and that's just amazing, you know? Like, Kellerman finally got knocked down a peg. So that was at least good. I like that. And then, I don't even understand this reveal that the vice president isn't the vice president. What the hell does that mean, you know? The vice president is actually someone else. Like, you know, she says, like, I am the vice president of this country. And he's like, no, you're not. You're this other person from Illinois. And it's like, what the hell does that mean, you know? So we're going to need more information on that, definitely. But they also said that, you know, you brought in these guys and now things are going to go south. Like, bodies are going to be dropping, basically. Which is true. Veronica's ex-fiance is dead now. Bodies are dropping on this show. It's ridiculous, you know? But yeah, so Quinn is clear. So he's not really Secret Service. He's some sort of other group, you know? He did say, like, you know, your orders, like, or, you know, because when he said, like, all right, you're off the mission, basically. He says, like, this does not come from the vice president or the White House or the Secret Service. This comes from the company. So I'm very curious what all that means. So yeah, it's a lot of teasing with them on that. Like, they're teasing a lot of information that we just don't fully know right now. But yeah, so for some reason, like, these guys are they're big news, big enough news that perhaps, you know, Kellerman is thinking the vice president made a mistake, and this may go over both of them now. So I'll be very interested in that to see what else we've got there. But we also have that the vice president is now going to, you know, run for president. And so that's where the $500 million, which I think that was what they said, $500 million went for. So I guess Echofield lost, you know, they basically hid away $500 million, and now that's going towards the vice president's presidential campaign. I haven't figured out her name yet, so yeah, I'll try to learn that by the next episode. We'll see if that actually happens, though. So yeah, so that's where it's going. She's running for vice president, but now she's bringing in a group of people that may actually cause things to go worse. At least that's what Kellerman is thinking. So again, it's one of those things, you know, because this is all technically still sort of away from our main prison break plot, you know? It's all sort of away from our main prison break plot, and it is more towards Veronica's plot, but still it's it's sort of still on its own. So I'll be curious if, season 1 is Michael and Lincoln escaping from prison, and then maybe the next three or four seasons are Michael and Lincoln dealing with all this stuff and dealing with the vice president and these people and all this stuff in Kellerman. And then maybe at the end of this series, it'll be, Panama, maybe. That's sort of where my mind is going now. Obviously, I can't realistically predict where this show is going, but that's just kind of my thoughts right now. So I'll be curious to see how, at some point, I can only assume Michael and Lincoln will sort of merge into that plot line, which is interesting. So yeah, like I almost feel like Veronica and Nick and the whole vice president thing, like that's there, but it's honestly like, it's a side plot that's going on right now, which may become the main plot later once the main plot of escaping Fox River is over, So I'll be very curious about that. We'll have to see. So yeah, I don't know. But this was a great episode. Really, really enjoyed it. A lot of stuff in this, a lot of good stuff between Michael and John, and I'll be curious to see where we are going next time. So that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Prison Break reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon. There's also another video on the screen that you can click on if you want to watch more of my stuff. You can also follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys.